Yep. Yep, we're live. I forgot to post to Facebook. What's my... Okay, cool. What? Are we not? Huh. Give me 1 sec, guys. Okay. So let's try... I'm just getting my solar charger set up for solar charging. Huh. There we go. I got this really cool Infinity PV solar charger. Talk about solar later on. It's basically printed solar cells. And I had it juicing up a second ago, but then it stopped juicing. Nope. Okay. So... probably really doesn't have enough juice in there. I'm going to turn the charger off, get to talking about my subject, and wind this up and put it back. I don't want to risk breaking it. I don't have it set up like I want to for juicing my stuff up while I'm walking. So, anyways, disclaimer first of all. I should cover a little bit. Disclaimer. I'm not a parent. I don't have kids. Let me put this stuff away. I have some experience with kids. I have worked in a preschool, my friend's preschool. I helped her with that. I have also done work, not work because it's not a job, but I guess you kind of say work. I've been in the nursery at church with the little kids. So, yeah, I've had some experience with kids. Not a lot, but some. Make sure my brightness is up all the way. Subject. And I'm not trying to make any humor or jokes about this at all. This is kind of sort of speculative. This is kind of my thoughts and opinions right now. I'm sure these will change in some ways when I actually have kids, which I fully plan on doing when I get married. That's the thing. If she doesn't want kids, I'm sorry, we're not getting married. Goodbye. So, but here's the main thing that's kind of crossing my mind that makes me confused. So, if you are super in tune with your kids when they are young, and you're watching their every movement, feeling them, you just know them so well, you can get to the point where you can tell when they have to go to the bathroom. And then you will take their diaper off when they're like, before they're even 2, or 1 even, you know, when they're like a couple of months old. You will do that, and then, you know, they will go in the potty. And if you do this routinely enough, they can kind of sort of learn to hold it at a super extremely young age. They will learn to wait until you have the diaper off. And they will learn, what's the word? They will learn how not to have, not to sit. They won't get used to sitting in a dirty diaper. Which, the advantages of this are that later on down the road, it helps a lot with the potty training scenario, because you almost avoid that if you do it perfectly right. You won't have these awkward situations where, you know, because your child is used to sitting in a dirty diaper, because there are moments where, oh, you know, it was a couple of minutes later that you finally noticed. And then, you know, maybe, I don't know, we'll just say, I don't know, maybe 3 minutes after you noticed, you were finally able to like stop the cooking on the stove and go take care of the issue and clean them up. And they kind of get used to sitting in it for a bit. So then when they're playing with friends later on, they might not want to go for a diaper change because they're used to it, They don't know how disgusting it is, and they're just having way too much fun that it doesn't matter. Let me tell you, it does matter. It's gross and not sanitary at all. I mean, pee is sterile, so that one uncomfortable, but not as bad as poo. This is a topic that I'm treading very lightly here. If anything I say ends up being funny, it's not meant to be a joke. Hold on a second here. Coke points and thorns. These are very thorny berry bushes. Got it. I don't have enough for all of the other trash around here, enough room. So, yeah, back to me now. Coke points, yeah, 3 points. Throw this away when I get to a trash can. So, where was I? Oh, yeah, so that's kind of sort of the advantage of it, is if you do it right, you can skip out on the whole potty training scenario, getting them used to or willing to take a break so you can change their diaper, willing to actually go to the bathroom instead of, I don't know, just going in their pants because they're having too much fun with their friends, which is just the result, like I said a minute ago, of them sitting in a dirty diaper, which is just the result of diapers, period. There are plenty of times where you just don't notice it. Especially if they're in their playpen with their rattles and you're just, in the kitchen, like they're in the living room connected to the kitchen kind of scenario and you're just in the kitchen cooking, that sort of a thing. It's going to happen, okay? Now, the tricky thing with this is being super in tune with your children. You have to be extremely in tune with them. Like, I think that's one of the reasons that I remembered reading a book. No, it was read to me. I went to a private school for a year called Kimber Academy. This was back when I was 12. And I forget the name of the book, but it was about this white girl who was captured by Indians when she was very young. Not like a baby, but she was like old enough to kind of be scared of them and kind of know what's going on. But as the older she got, and I don't remember why she was captured, but the older she got kind of used to things. And I don't want to go into too much details. It's not about that book. But there was one point where she didn't like how restrictive the baby carriers were. They were really tight on the baby, but then also they were really close. So I think one of the Indian mothers could feel when the baby had to go, and then they took it out and, let it take care of its business in the bushes. And so there's that going for them. But you just have to be super in tune with it, and it's time consuming. Well, but then the thing that gets me, so is potty training. Like, possibly even more time consuming. Like, imagine just being super in tune with your kid for up until they can start talking. There's, I don't remember what I was doing, but, I saw a video on the internet just randomly years ago, and it was this mom showing how, her, I don't know, less than 1 year old son was potty trained, because, he would make, whenever he would be near her and he would go pss, 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 like that, and that's his way of telling her, just quietly making that noise. That's his way of saying, I have to go to the bathroom, Mom. Don't think he could talk yet. And I think she was Spanish or something. But so it is possible, but it's very time consuming. But, so imagine spending, imagine spending the first year or so just being super in tune with your kid and getting them used to that and taking them when they have to go. And then after that, it slowly decreases until you're at the point where you don't have to be super in tune anymore. They already know that you don't go in your diaper. and then you go and you take care of it. And then they're just like, Mom, I have to go to the bathroom, or they do it on their own around the house. Imagine how nice that would be versus spending the... Because I think I've even, like, just random bits I've seen online about this. I've even seen things of, like, 3-year-olds who are being potty trained. And, you know, I just had the thought, YouTube don't demonetize me. But then I realized I'm not going to be eligible for monetization coming up soon anyways. And I'm not monetizing this. It should be turned off. If it's not, I need to go fix that. But, so, that doesn't matter. But anyways, back to our subject. So, that'd be really nice, because I've even seen random bits online about parenting, and people talking about potty training 3-year-olds 3 whole years into the process, and you're potty training them. And one second, I thought I saw a Coke cap. Nope, just a green one. No code. Well, maybe. Yep, no code underneath the plastic seal thing. So I'm not saying that it's wrong or that you did something wrong by having to wait that long before you started the process. But, I don't know. I mean, if it can go into that many years in, I think the whole first year of just being super diligent and noticing when they have to go would save a lot of time. But then here's the other side that kind of crossed my mind about maybe why more people don't do it. It's time consuming up front. I can explain this easily with like phone plans. Not all of them, but there are a lot of cases where you want a super expensive phone, and the only way that you can afford that phone is by getting on like a subscription plan where you pay for the service and you also pay for so you're paying for your service and some extra for the phone, and you eventually pay off the payment for your phone. And so some cases you end up paying a little bit more for your phone, just like you might spend a little bit more time on the potty issue with your kids, right? So you end up paying a little bit more for it, but that might be the only way that you can afford that phone and get it as like soon as you need. Because, you know, maybe you're running a business that does need a Samsung Galaxy Note 8. Have at it. You know, pay it off in payments, you know. Or, you know, maybe you're fine with spending a little bit extra to get that thing now, which I would really think that one. But that's a money topic. I've kind of covered money before. So it's kind of like that. You know, maybe you really don't have the time up front to be super in tune and notice every little moment that they have to go. But in the long run, you can spend, I don't know how much longer, a couple of months or even days of your total time longer for the actual, you know, potty training of them. Here we go. I'm gonna deposit this. I'll keep the cap with me. I would take a picture of it now. Oops, that's not a garbage can. That's an ashtray. But I would take the time now. But I'm live streaming to you guys, so there's like no what's the word? So I can't go to my camera app, and then I could. I just don't want to. Nobody's watching right now, but who cares? Ooh. I saw a USB cable and I was suspicious, but it's not. It's definitely bad. But that is a long cable, though. I'm taking this and I'm gonna think about replacing the end on this. Like, I have enough soldering skills. I could take one of my other cables and solder it together, or just a good cable for projects and stuff. That's a keep. That's a keep. I'll put these in my stack of stuff. So you might end up, you know, just having to spend the extra time going through the annoying potty training sessions because you can't spend the time up front to literally be super in tune with it. So if you can, from what I know about it, I would say yes. Try it. You know, do your research and actually try that sort of a thing. See what you can do. If you don't have time, don't worry. You're just like pretty much all the other parents that I've heard of. You know, It's definitely a niche thing to be so in tune with your child that you notice when they go to the bathroom. And that makes sense too, because the video that I saw on this, the one video that I've seen on this, she was a Spanish lady, and it looked like she was kind of a stay-at-home, make tamales type of Spanish person, which is definitely not bad at all. But it was just kind of interesting. If you think about it, if she's that type of person living in a more rural part of Mexico, not always on the race to the next job, super busy catching her favorite TV show, leading this high maintenance, always busy life, you got more time for that. So it kind of makes sense why she was Spanish like that. So that's, something kind of interesting to think about. About the end of my thoughts here. Don't have much more to say, but something interesting to think about that I want to try it. I want to see if I can do that. Because, it would certainly avoid some embarrassment. I guess it's not really embarrassing, and I'm not one to be embarrassed. That's not me. But, I can see for other people it might be embarrassing if the kid says, no, I don't want a diaper change because I'm having too much fun with my friends. And maybe they don't say it like that, they're just kicking and screaming. Because I remember one of my friends didn't want that. He was at my house. This was back when he was like 2 or 3. He was at my house. His house was over there, and his mom came to get him for a diaper change. I don't know if it was just that time, or she kind of knew, like, it's probably been long enough, or if she found it some other way. I don't think my mom called her, but she came over and he didn't want to, and she's like, no, we can go get a diaper change and then you can come back and play with Caleb. And he's like, no, I don't want to go, no. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my thoughts on the topic. And I labeled this kids #1 because there are definitely going to be other videos about kids. Okay, this Let's Talk series is far from over. And let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you have any input on this, if you actually tried this, I would love to hear your stories, because I'm probably not going to do research about this until I'm actually like a parent and have my own kids. Because, like right now, it's not bad to look up that stuff and do some prep for the future. There is a reason that they do have like that family class in public schools, which I've never been to, where like they give you the almost real baby doll and you have to take care of it kind of a thing, which, not a bad assignment. I totally think, I think it's a good idea, but maybe some of the execution could not be the greatest. The one issue I see right now that I will say on that is, maybe it's like, it's just a piece of plastic baby doll, and you get annoyed by having to actually do the assignment and having to actually, take care of it like it's real, but it's not. And so you miss out on the benefits of all the cute things that the babies actually do. You miss out on those, and what am I thinking of? You miss out on those benefits. You miss out on how cute it actually is. And then you just end up not wanting kids when it's actually really fun and beneficial. When they actually play back with you, it's, you can't play peekaboo with that thing. And it's a lot more fun to play peekaboo than it is just to pretend to feed and change diapers on a piece of plastic with batteries inside. From my perspective, I've never done it. Some kids might actually like that. There's a reason that kids play house. They play dolls and stuff like that. But that's the one disadvantage I see to that. But yeah, that's it for my thoughts. I'm gonna cut it here. Might do another Let's Talk. So I'm actually just going to the store, Target. I am going to get. They have Airheads gum. I've had that. That's good. I've only had watermelon though, because it's the only one they have here. But they had some Tic Tac gum. Yes, and that's what I'm coming here to get, because I wanted to try some Tic Tac gum. So I'm going to do that and then head home and hopefully get some masking done. I am on that stage. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please, 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 like I said, get active in the comments. Share stories about this. Tell me something. Even if you want to say that this video is trash. But remember, no bad words, okay? I don't care how angry you are at me, how much you say I'm a piece of trash. If you use any bad language and swearing, your comment's going to be gone. All comments are approved except those with language or really bad images and stuff like that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys whatever happens to me next on this wonderful channel.